Dr. Mehta, you were awarded a scholarship for advanced training in the UK. Tell us about your experiences there.
There is Dr. P.N. Berry scholarship every year given to physiotherapists, doctors and nurses for advanced training in England. It's practical training. So I was fortunate to get a scholarship in the year 1994 for further practical training in the field of cerebral palsy. So I visited the Bobath Center. Carol Bobath and Berta Bobath are the pioneers in the field of cerebral palsy, and they have started an institute in London. So I was fortunate to do the course and subsequently spend 2.5 months there for practical training. And I also visited other centers in England specializing in cerebral palsy. I visited institutes working with spinal cord injury. I had how swimming for the disabled is being done. So I got a very good overview of neurorehabilitation in England, which really broadened my horizon. And many of the things that I learned in England, I was able to implement when I came back to Children's Orthopedic Hospital. So in Mumbai, it strengthened my work. I'm really full of gratitude to Dr. P.N. Berry and the Dr. P.N. Berry's Educational Trust that I and many others got this scholarship so that they could really work for the welfare of the patients and see the world around, how other centers are working. Dr. P.N. Berry was from north of India and he trained in England, but he bequeathed all his property so that medical people could come and see and work in United Kingdom, pick up ideas, exchange how things are done in India, and sort of take healing to a better level.
The electronic media, the print media, does not reach the people in the villages. The information does not filter down. They are already steeped in superstition and have the wrong information. What level of acceptance is there when you reach the village as a team?
Things are better than before, but follow-up is a big problem because they are concerned with their daily tasks, their farming. But they are more receptive than before. You give them a treatment plan, they are following it. Now, I was closely involved with few patients. There was this young boy who had fallen from a cliff and he had cervical spine injury and he had paralyzed arms and legs. And where I work at Yusuf Mehli Center on the weekends, the social workers told me that he lives on top of a hill. Will you go? I said, for patients' work, I'll go anywhere. Let us go. So we climbed the hill. It took us an hour to climb the hill. And he was lying flat on the floor, cow dung floor. Actually, he should have been on a mattress because he doesn't have sensations. So he had bed sores, pressure sores. So we brought in the mattress. Next visit, I took the sister came along. We taught them proper bladder care, catheter care. We created adaptations so he could sit with support. So we were able to do a lot of things. But unfortunately, no medical facility or physical therapy reaches the remote corners of our rural area. I was told now that a road has come up so that access becomes easy. So these creating roads, good roads, not the roads that we have which create a lot of bumps and jerks and potholes. In fact, we can't make good roads. We should really make good roads so that access is easy and without any jerks and bumps, so that there are no pains and it creates more problems. So things are improving. There was this other person who I used to see in the rural area and he also had paralysis of the legs, but he had no physiotherapy. And then we started physiotherapy and he was able to sit up. From the bed he was able to come to the wheelchair, and the first time in his life he came out of the house. Another young girl whom we treated, She had fallen from a mango tree and paralyzed legs. Father is a farmer, and the son also sells milk from village to village, and she is in 10th standard and fallen, and we have rehabilitated her, and the family has now created 2 bars between 2 tamarind trees in the village, and she walks for hours with her appliances, and we have coaxed her to go to further education, and she's now in 12th standard, and the college is also very supportive. So these are the success stories which keep us going.
Your work is confined to the interior areas of Maharashtra. Which are the villages that you are operating in?
There is Yusuf Merli Center, an NGO which is 15 kilometers from Panvel on Mumbai-Goa highway. The village is Tara, where I am quite closely involved. I also work at village Gondavade, where we go as a team every month. There is Dr. Bavdekar, who initiated the hospital. So his son is carrying on the work, and there are a team of doctors, and orthotists and prosthetists and nurses. So we go every month. That is at village Gondavade near Satara. It is 65 kilometers from Satara. And we also go to Gadchiroli, that is near Nagpur, where Dr. Abhay Bang and Dr. Rani Bang have initiated the rural hospital and a society called Search. So with Dr. Shekhar Bojraj and the Spine Foundation, we go to the village, Gadchiroli. And recently, along with ADAPT, which was formerly called the Spastic Society, we are going to take up a project in Pelhar village. This is near the Virar, where we are going to study 22 villages where children, how many disabled children are there, how many are going to school, not going to school, are they included, what are the, so it's a survey basically. So these are the rural projects that I am associated with. And one more project which will also take shape, it is in Gujarat. So we visit Ramakrishna Mission Rajkot once in 2 months. But now we want to work beyond the city, on the outskirts, in the villages. So Ramakrishna Mission Rajkot has got centers in Upaleta, which is 100 kilometers from Rajkot. So where we have just initiated how to prevent cerebral palsy. We have to take both the things side by side. We have to do curative work, but we have to prevent what we can really prevent. So that we are going to strengthen the preventive aspect.
The kind of work that you're doing, Dr. Mehta, would have no doubt touched you emotionally, spiritually. How has it transformed you as a person?
It has been so beautiful to walk in their struggle, to be with them. I've really grown. I feel life is such a tremendous blessing. We are so rich. This human form is such a miracle, and we should rejoice at this human miracle. Christopher Reeve got tetraplegia, and he said, I want to end my life. And wife said, let us go along, your rehab is going on. And many months passed, and then he said, I want to live. I want to live not because of for my wife or for my 2 children, but I want to live because life is beautiful. I can breathe. He was ventilator dependent for many months, but then he got his breathing. He could spontaneously breathe. So to breathe is a joy. He said, my vision is intact, my hearing is intact, I can sit, I can talk. So we have to count our blessings. And when we journey with our patients, the joy that we know when they are able to do even the simple task. It's so difficult for them to roll, to sit up, to use their hand, and to stand up, to walk, to do their activities of daily living. And when they do this, we also are equally overjoyed. It has sharpened my sensitivity towards life. It has made me a little philosophical. It makes you deeply religious. I'm really fond of poetries and songs, and I also use it sometimes as part of therapy. So, रात भर का है मेहमा अंधेरा, किसके रोके रुका है सवेरा. This thing too shall pass. We just hold their hand, put our arms around their shoulder, that I am there. So it gives me great strength when I treat, that there is a great responsibility, that I should keep my poise. I should not waver. I have to keep strong so that I get the best out of them. I remember in my early days, I used to work in the burns ward at KM. And there was this lady who had more than 50% burns. And I used to just go and mobilize. And I asked her, how are you feeling today? And she says, दो छोटे बच्चे हैं, इतना शरीर जल गया है, जीने की उम्मीद है कि नहीं? लोग बोलते हैं कि 50% के ऊपर हो गया तो शायद नहीं है. I said, can I sing a song for you? And in the KM ward, plastic surgery ward, I sat by her side and I sang. This is an old song. हिम्मत है इतनी तो समझ ले, बात बनेगी नहीं, कहो ना आस निराश भई, कहो ना आस निराश भई. I was able to elevate her mood, and I was really glad that he got better. So physiotherapy, being with patients, has made me much richer.
I have heard that you have published a book of poems. Can you recite a few of your poems for us?
I have written poems. They are the most beautiful things of life that have come along. These are moments of ecstasy, of sheer beauty, or sometimes the other extreme. Insensitivity also moves you, cruelty and violence. And there are poems I have written on the topic of disability. Not warships, but reverence, prayer and worship. Not guns, but friendship, cheer and fun. Not rockets and missiles, but goodness of heart and smile. Not hurt, nor wound, nor scream with its ensuing sorrow, but to live with love, so that there dawns a new tomorrow. Not pride of race, religion, with its egotism. In freedom there is flowering, in space only a flower can blossom. Not creed nor greed, here or yonder, but to behold the beauty of this creation, to love and to ponder. Not my country, not your country, but our earth. Not my country, not your country, but our earth. No shadows of hatred or envy, but laughter and mirth. To that depths of heart, to that vastness of mind, O Lord, do let us know that birth.
That was wonderful. Really touching poetry. Thank you so much for being with us here today, Dr. DHRUV Mehta. It was a wonderful experience.
Thank you so much.
You and I may not be able to put a full 100% into this area that Dr. DHRUV Mehta is in. But you and I can put in our 1% and help people like Dr. Mehta and the NGOs to carry on this wonderful work. A big thank you for all the messages that have been coming in at voicesandviews@gmail.com. Keep those messages coming. Many of you have appreciated our efforts in presenting a variety of subjects. We are looking for you, your 1%, voices and views. Goodbye.